Friends, are we ready?
As ready as always.
What do you say about winter's time?
Oh, it's cold.
To you friends out there,
Freezing.
for once and all, it's winter time in Bloemfontein, South Africa, and it's freezingly cold outside. And we had a little tornado or something last night, but luckily not here. It was in the industrial area, but it's freezingly cold. A good day to all your friends out there watching this program, and welcome inside Volentalava, which means house where you get peace of mind. Please feel welcome as always, feel part of the program, pretend you are with us here. Enjoy this ancient wisdom secrets as we enjoy sharing it with you. Yeah, the introduction on my far right side is Eliska. She's a Bruba of the woods and spiritually very high developed. On my nearest right side is
Nikita.
and she's pure Indian, one of the oldest Indian created tribes. That is what gives consciousness to a body. On my left hand side is my beloved spouse Kabosi, and he is such a lot of things, you know, I cannot even mention all, but very highly psychic and spiritually developed. And I'm Adams Jordan. The four of us represent Barami's Tower of Light, and you're so welcome to go and see from time to time. We always put in there something new.
And today's program contains many ancient wisdom secrets on true demonology. We are going to teach you to identify the most general demonic life forms inside and outside the human body, as well as demonic life forms in your house or business, leading it to destruction.
Yes, and that's obvious what happens. Nikita, I doubt it if our friends watching this program are aware of the fact that most divorces are the result of demonic entities at work inside people, or attached to people, attached to residences and businesses. Learn about third dimension visible demonic entities which you can see with your own eyes. Can you imagine? I had to become 67 years of age before I discovered that our third dimension also had its own visible demons. It's absolutely, so don't go away. But don't worry, if you pay close attention to what we're going to tell you, you will, by the end of this program, have identified more demons working in your own life and or in other people's bodies, residences, businesses, etc.
If you haven't watched all the previous programs in this series, Ancient Wisdom Secrets, please catch up, otherwise you will not understand names, ranks, places, ceremonies, or the many different consciousness-giving life forms. Please take note, most of the names you're about to hear in this series will not be found in any other demonology book or on the internet, except in the Barami's writings. We use their Tavala names which their creator, Fallen Efkanam, named them.
Please help us to reach and help other people in need of this wisdom knowledge by pressing the subscribe, like, share button, as well as the little I button to be in line for more ancient wisdom secrets.
And remember that Satan, or Satana, his actual name is Satana, is, as his real name is not the devil, neither a demonic entity. Satan is one of many fallen gods belonging to the dark side kingdoms. Now, before we go on, let's discuss it, just to give the picture, or make the picture in the minds of our viewers more clear. If you think of the light side, let's say we start at the Most High and it comes down thousands of dimensions until we get the cherubim and the seraphim and the Hefkanams and all those, and it comes down to gods. Now, yeah, what is on the light side will automatically be on the dark side as well. So there's also a Most High, there's also Hefkanams, Creator Hefkanams, you name it. All the angelical beings, you know, they also sin against the Most High. Angelical being or not, they sin. And then they can found themselves in the dark side. So yes, just get the picture in your mind. Satan is not your biggest enemy. Satan is only a god. If you go up in the ranks, just under the Torata, Res and those, you will find the same on the dark side. So never think that Satan is your own or your only true enemy of the light side. Now, Satan or Satana has thousands of sons. You know, he came to a fall where on the planet Pentora, thanks, in dimension 22, thank you. Only one out, but it's a good try. And he came to a fall, which means he's a god. One of the higher fallen Hefkanams is in dimension or heaven 190. Yes, very evil, very, 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 very nasty enemy of the light. And I mean, he's only in dimension 190. What does the Dorata Res, the fallen ones, look in dimension, let's say 3,680,000, whatever. I mean, it's endless. What do they look like there? In previous programs, we gave a few clues on the mummies inside the city in the wall of the Great Canyon, etc. A few. Now, yeah, if I say Satan has thousands of sons, if you take how old we become, let's say 80 years, 90 years, whatever, if we are lucky, the bodies, I mean, to which we give consciousness to, we become endless. You know, all of us, as a consciousness giving life form, doesn't matter what, it's endless. You know, it's eternal life. You cannot die. The body on which you give consciousness to can die, but not you, unless the Most High kill you. But I'm not aware of things like that. But if you think Satan comes from dimension 22, we given away, or we shared with you all the ranks and what they, or not the ranks, the dimensions and what they vibrate. Now, can you imagine what vibration does Satan has? In other words, how old in compared to us? I mean, he is already 201,365,130 years on earth. That is only after he was binded here. So how old was he in his own dimension before he was casted down to be binded on earth? In all those millions of years, how many sons? If you have to live, if you're a male,
Sure.
and you have to live forever in a dimension, how many sons would you generate? Millions. So don't think satanic seed lines on earth are only a few. There are thousands of them, if not millions. That I can promise you. A few of Satan's sons which are binded with Satan on earth are not devils, nor Satans or demons. They are true sons of the fallen God, Satana, or Satan as you know him. Therefore, we refer to them as princes of Satan. That is now the male sons of him. Satan himself creates necessary demonic entities as needed. Who else in the lower dimensions, or let's say on Earth, who else can do that? Can create demons?
The human itself.
Yes, people.
Pardon?
The human self?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you people out
There's a
there,
few of
you will
them.
be surprised how many
Sorry.
poltergeists you can create with your own mind. It all depends on what you feed your mind. You
Yeah.
know, it's absolutely normal to have negative thoughts and positive thoughts, but don't feed the negative thoughts. You know, like with this tornado that went through a certain part of Bloemfontein last night, the first thing that came into my mind was, oh, what about all the animals? You know, the strayed cats in the gutters, etc. I know for them it is a better place to go, you know, if they can go back, but the thought of it, it is not nice to think of it, but I'm not going to feed it. I was feeding it now because I shared it with you, but that's now the last of it. So you can have negative thoughts, but don't feed it. As humanity's become wiser and more spiritually advanced, the more essential it becomes for Satan to create wiser and stronger demons. Or to call upon stronger and wiser demons in higher dimensions, of which I just told you. Yeah, what is in the true light side dimension on planets that is not in the dark side?
Light.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you see, or if your definition of love, I'm a living, we all are living, consciousness giving life forms, but would you like to be in the dark side dimensions?
No.
Why? Because it's a feeling that we are referring to. If you want to know, let's say dimension 6, in which are situated the Vuatse for the light side and Veka in the south for the dark side, where they go to from this place, where when we do a paratosa or practice a paratosa, and you know, if you have the opportunity to see or to tap into a very low dimension in order, because it happens automatically if you want to get somebody out there as a soul, you know, maybe he got swapped, like we shared already in one or other program, you know, like Floranza, and you need to get him out. I mean, for those few seconds you are there, you feel it, you see it, you experience it. And that is everything you don't want to experience, you know. That is only dimension 6. What about lower? You know, minus 0, minus 18. No, definitely not for me. Now, the sons of Satan create demonic entities of endless kinds and ranks, divisions, etc. Just get that picture of the hierarchical structure in your mind correct. That's all. Now, which son of Satan creates which high-ranking demonic entities attached to people's personalities and characters? Let's discuss the following. We're not going to discuss all. You know, we are going to discuss a few of Satan's sons that we know are here, although it is not the tip of the iceberg of what really are here on earth. Let's start with dear old Beelzebub. Beelzebub, what do you know about him?
You're filthy.
What is his title?
He's a son of Satan, so he's a prince
Of Satan, but what do they couple to his name?
The
Attach?
flies.
Oh yes, yes. One of his titles is, let's say, Beelzebub, Prince of Satan, Lord of the Flies. You know, in all, you get the Duke of Kent, who is so, and you get the Duke of that. It works in all dimensions like that. So, how do we recognize him?
Normally in houses it's quite dirty.
Yes.
For sure, Lord of the Flies, he tells you people who are attached or possessed, attached to a Beelzebub demon, well, or if it's in the person, they will live like what? Like pigs, where the flies, they will attract. It's dirty inside there, it's everything that you don't want. And what does a person's aura looks like?
It's normally a ice blue colorish.
Yes,
Yes.
correct.
And
Have
I
you-
think a lot about themselves. They would push people down to get their own pride.
Yeah, of course.
Ego.
This is where that proud comes into. Proud is the absolute opposite of humble. I prefer to be humble. I am humble. I am not, I cannot say I'm not proud. I'm proud to be a child of the Most High, and I'm proud to be in His service, and I'm proud of every opportunity He gives me, and I'm proud to be what I am, and I'm proud that I'm not, somebody else that I'm not. So yes, you are absolutely correct. This is how he does. Proud, what did the cat brought us today? That kind of attitude. Or look down and say, oh, you poor idiot, what. That is proud. We should be humble.
Aras, isn't it the same as you've mentioned in a previous program, when husbands, their wives must be neat and perfect, and
Yes.
but they are filthy and never take a shower.
Yes, for you out there who's suffering under a husband like that, what would you expect to find in him? Or just see his aura. Maybe you will see, it's seldom that you see them, that there's only a blue mist aura. The photos I've studied was of children. It is as if this is their main character, being dirty. You must see those children. If you bring water near them, they get furious. They don't want to wash. And if you look at them, but as they grew older and other sons of Lucifer's demons enter or attach to them, the aura are being influenced. You will see. But light blue mist, yes, that is Beelzebub, or where it is very dirty, untidy, boxes stacked all over. You don't know which room is the lounge, which is the... there's freezers in the lounge, and there's wardrobes in the lounge, but there's also stoves in the where they sleep. There's no order. But let's carry on. What about Lucifer? A lot of people think that Lucifer, let me start there, a lot of Christian people think that all these names is the name of their devil, Satan. It is not. It is his. If you studied what I studied, deity science, you will see the hierarchy in all of this. It's not God, Trinity, devil, all on its own. Never. It's endless. It's endless. Like here, it is above. As above, so below. As below, so above. So Lucifer is not Satan himself. Lucifer, as far as my knowledge is concerned, was given the opportunity to rule over what? Politics, religion, where? Take a
Like you
guess.
said, if you take Illuminati, they would
Yes.
be in the head of Illuminati.
Yes.
When I see
Lucifer he is on top of Christianity. The Pope said it. It is actually horrible. But let's go on. What is his characteristics, Lucifer? Proud, and once again, proud is the opposite of humble, and what else? Power. Power.
yes,
Why do people go and make a deal with Lucifer to, if they can kill a small just born baby and offer the blood to Lucifer, will he give him power to be able to do this or that? Yes, they do it. They do it. So what would automatically also be the radiation of those people? Black,
and bad, negative.
grey,
Yeah.
negative. The feeling of life without light or life. You
Yeah.
know, you get a house and you get a home. You can live, but to live is something very, very beautiful. We prefer that one. Next son of Satan, Asmodeus. Lust. You know, these people, when they meet you, let's say it's what I'm going to do, please forgive me, but I had to illustrate it. I'm gay, she's gay, so we don't mind. I knew a lot of straight men. If this is a business, they will say, good day lady, how are you? You know, the eyes are peering here on the breasts and everywhere. You know, it's sick. If you don't, nobody is dead. You know, we live. It's a normality to be sexually attracted to certain groups of people or whatever, but lust is something else. You know, if you see the demons of lust, it is horrible. There's one. You know, if a woman, I knew a woman I knew a lot of them who's got this, but that specific one, I mean, she was in her late 30s and she was wearing shirts that only cover, you know, it doesn't even cover it in full. But when she dances, you know, she will hypnotize you. She will try and manipulate. Children of 11 years old, she will go for them. You know, I cannot understand people like that, but in any case, that is lust. What about desire?
Like they will undress you with their eyes.
Yes, they are always desirable on physical things, not spiritual things. What about unchastity? What is chastity or unchastity?
Ek weet nie
I have-
Engels dis.
I'm not sure.
But
Is dit nie or
people out there, yeah, they are stingy, synig, stuff like that.
yeah.
They're not very open to give. They've got bring
Stingy, basically.
Yes.
Yes.
Bring
Yeah.
it, bring the money.
That's
You-
stingy people.
Yes.
Yes. What is your left hand? It is the receiving hand. Yes. We've got the right hand. We give where we can, you know, and help where we can. And their auras are also black to grey mist, if you see them. Now, if somebody have all these colors in his aura, that is why it's so important to learn to read auras properly. Leviathan, what about him? What does we know? He creates, among others, what kind of demonic entities?
Jealous.
The jealousy, thank you, Kabosi. And they grant other people nothing. You know, if they listen, this lady would like to put in a swimming pool, they will go and make a loan to put in a swimming pool before she gets. It's people like that. Money, physical things, this is all that. They don't even have a spiritual side. You know, they grant other people nothing. If they can have it, you won't have it. You know, it's right. Belpegor, who is this prince of Satan?
Lazy.
Lazy, yes. What else? Slow moving, you know.
No life.
Slow life, yes,
No
yes.
ambition to do anything.
Yeah.
They
What
just
do you
want to-
expect their auras to look like? You know exactly. So you
Green,
could just
grey,
say,
yellow.
yes. It is not a nice color to see, you
It
know.
looks like
It's
someone who
actually,
has liver problems. And the color of
colour.
their skin, that's how the aura.
yes, it looks like that, but they're always lazy.
Mm.
You know, they will instead, if there's a chance that they don't have to stand, they will sit. But to lay down for them is better. Or to lay down on the back eating the whole time, watching movies, hands here, you know, stuff like that is horrible. And what about King Zolo? Who is King Zolo? If I can remind you, he is the head of the tempters. So?
He locks people out to
Yeah.
do things.
Yes, who did he tempted? On the mountain.
Isn't it
Joshua Redopa, yes, you know him as Jesus. King Zolo, the Bible only tells you, and the devil showed him, or told Jesus on the mountain, showed him. It was not the devil, it was King Zolo. And he's the tempter, son of Satan. So he sent him, go and tempt him. See what you can do. If you can get him to pray to you or to take you as his God, you will get a promotion, of course. So yes, there we go. He said to Jesus or Joshua Redopa, everything you see, I will give you with the pride of it, because all power on earth was given to me to give it to who I want to give it. So it's obvious, you know, all these people who think they are, they want to be recognized as doctor or professor or, you know, stuff, you know, it's sad, but in any case. So all those people who come to you, I know you are a married woman, but does your husband give you good compliments or not? You know, those are the tempters. Steal that thing, man. They won't see you. That's a tempter. Satana himself, the rebel. Why do I say he's a rebel? He transgressed against the Most High cosmic laws, telling the Most High, I will not serve under you. I am declaring myself as equal to you. So you don't give me orders. You don't lead me anywhere. I'm at the steering wheel of my own life. That is Satan's pure breds. What do you call them? Pure breds. That is they, you know, the rebels. No one will lead me. This is my life. I will do with my life what I need to do with it. You will not tell me what to study. I will study what I will study. It is my life. If you know people like that, go and check your Bible. Satan himself, one of his demons. They are also always angry. You know, if something happened, you can see the good in it or you can see the bad in it. It's your choice. You can feed the negativity in your mind or you can feed the positivity in your mind. So let's say a tree falls right through the house. Will it fix everything if I'm going to get angry?
No.
Whose work was it in the first place? Yes, it's if it's people who threw the tree on my house, they will be able to pray for them. But I mean, if it is an act of nature, why will I? I mean, I shield the place, I do everything. So what happened will have to happen, and I will have to adapt. So this is how we learn not to get so angry, you know. Rather see the good in it. You know, it's so sad, the house is gone and the tree has fallen over, it will not live anymore. You know, that is the bad. But if you think of the positivity, what life lesson is there for you to learn? Did you shield your house or not? Did you ask for protection because you are in his service or not? No. What mist do you expect to find?
The darkest dark.
The darkest black mist, you know. What is the darkest? We've got a cat. He is a Chicago black cat. And that is actually, if you see him, he's black. But if the sun shines on him and you take his hair away, you know, you do this, my friend, it's white, it's a kind of yellow, it's a kind of bronze, but anything but black. But combine those hairs, you get a black that you've never seen before. So yes, black is black, black, black. Then you know it's Satan. And Mammon, who is Mammon? Son of Satan,
money.
prince of Satan. Money makes the world go around.
In a rich man's world.
Money, money, money. You know, if they always want to have the best, there's nothing wrong to have the best. But you know, there must be balance. Don't, what is for the, don't improve physically with all the things around you that you think belongs to you, that you actually only, you know, it's an illusion. When you die, you cannot take anything of that. Eventually it will go back to dust. So if you are one of those, you know, you're not planning your whatever is for you, you do it yourself, then money will come first, you know. You will work overtime, everything will be overtime. At the end of when you reach your goals, there's no more energy or mind power left, you know, to spend on the spiritual part. You can be a money chaser, nothing wrong, but then you need to be spiritual on a very high level, higher than your need for money or your, what do you say, your urge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, stingy, greedy, you know, those people are, the above mentioned demons are by far the most among Western people. Why do I say that?
Yes.
Because Eastern people do what we do, or we do what they do. They taught us what to do, and we don't find ourselves in, you know, where we can be overwhelmed by Satan's powers, and so we make provision. Maybe you cannot see demons yet, but you will see demons in people's eyes. We already share with you those ancient wisdom secrets, how to share, how to see them. You will see it in people's personalities and actions as well. You know, to see something is one thing, but now you need to start studying this person to see if the personality matches what you see in the eye, which is 100%, it is always correct. I've never made a mistake on that. You know, people don't want to know, but if you can see what we can see, you're in for a big, very unpleasant surprise. You will feel demons when you are near a person possessed by a Fageto demon. What is a Fageto? A Fageto demon? Where do you get those? It's a murderer's
Oh,
demon.
yes. Okay, thank you.
You know, people with that hate in their eyes, and if the white of the eye has a kind of reddish, you know, like Dracula,
Yeah.
something just a little bit less, but that is the murderer demon. All the info how to master this identification of radiation, vibration, feeling of demonic forces inside people is in previous programs in the series. What other demons are in or attached to people? Demonic entities already discussed in other programs like poltergeists, etc. will not be discussed in this one again. Let's start with the invisible demons first, and then we are going to discuss the visible demons. Thank you. Right, the first one that I would like to share with you info on is Gomorrah Satana. Oh, the name tells you everything. What kind of demon is that? This is demonic life form, or this demonic life form kills animals in the most cruelest ways possible. You know, people, they will have the lions, for example, and they will nurse the lions, make them big, and then sell them. Come and shoot the lion. We put it in a box for you. Just pay me 1 million. Those people, you know, Gomorrah Satana. They cannot, they have no respect for any animal life, any plant life, or any human life. That is so simple as it is. There is Gomorrah Satana, third dimension, visible demons as well as invisible demons who possess their victims. Now, before I go on, I said here, third dimensional visible demons. And you will see if we come there, a lot of people think that demons are always black. You know, in case I forget it, let me explain it. If, let's say, this is not Kabos, but this is now a man visiting me. And he is acting very strangely. He's more devilish or satanic or demonic, whatever. And I identify the demon as an ingrowing demon. Now, what do we know about ingrowing demons? The more he grows in you, the more you are growing out of yourself. In other words, it's forcing you out of the body that were given to you to give consciousness to. So what's going to happen? What is then in this body?
A demon.
It's a white demon. The skin is white. It's a white demon. It's a human demon.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how people see it. It is a demon.
Yes.
What about Zarias, Keska, Zemaros, Omoros, Zita, Poloro?
They
What?
will kill you. If
Yeah.
they get the chance, they will.
Paranormal activity.
Yes.
One.
These, yes, paranormal activity 1. Thank you. Very specific. She's correct. It's not paranormal activity alone. It's paranormal activity 1. I think the other demons in the oncoming or up,
it's
you know, the next
different.
ones, 2 or 3 and 4 and 5 is other demons. It's not.
Yes.
So remember, paranormal activity 1. That is as Zaria. But these are 4 of the top of the range most powerful demons. See paranormal activity 1 to see what their footprints look like, as well as how they function in people's bodies. So they mark you by scratching you. What do you know about that? You know, a lot of people go, I almost now said witch hunting, they go ghost hunting. And now, you know, they try their best, but they are not informed what to look for, how to shield themselves, etc. So in a lot of those programs I see, you know, a person will stand there with a camera, for instance, he's now the cameraman, and all of a sudden he will say, "Sorry boys, my back, something is wrong, please help." And when they lift the shirt, it will be 2 or 3 scratch marks in red. My friend, if you have something like that happen to you, you are being marked by one of the highest in rank, most powerful murderer demons you can get. One or other time he's going to get mad in your body, and then he's going to murder. Exactly what happened in paranormal activity 1. So go and check that thing. What do you know about a Barbaria demon?
Molesters.
Child molesters.
Yes. more
Yes,
specifically,
yes. If you've got a Barbaria, you know, a lot of people will say child molesters. What is the good English word for that? Is it child molesters or what? You know, if an adult person will try to have sexual intercourse with a little boy or a little girl or something, you know, if that person, you don't have to kill him, it's not him, it's only a Barbaria demon that's trying to grow into him. And mostly those people will come to me and say, you know, I don't know what is wrong, but sorry, but I'm doing this and this and this, and you just do a paratosa out is the demon, and there you go on. So what about the Hagahef demon.
Oh, steal.
It's like in South
Yep.
Africa, people that's working.
They steal. Agahef makes a kleptomanian. I hope I pronounced it correctly, but a kleptomanian personality. He will steal because steal is steal, not because he needs something. That is a kleptomanian. What do you know of a drogatso demon? If you are possessed with a drogatso demon, you will start feeling things that doesn't exist. They are part of old asylums, paranormal investigators who investigate abandoned and obsolete psychiatric hospitals could find in themselves unable to find the exits. You know, it's horrible. And we've got, when I saw that movie, I was a little bit startled, so I asked our guides, the only ones, at the first possible, time that we had to consult them, I asked them, what if we are, because we are going to make movies of old houses, haunted houses and stuff, or what about if we go to an old asylum or something and we cannot get out of that place? We are entering actually another time zone.
Yeah.
What feels to us like 10 years could be 10 hours in that place, but we age as if 10 years. How are we going to get out of there? And they gave us the word. And I said, will it work for everybody? It will work for you, because you are not a nosy person.
Yeah.
You work with this stuff. So. But in any case, Dalmara. What is a Dalmara? Psychopaths. You know, I don't want to say too much, but psychopaths are not what people see them to be. I've helped a lot of psychopaths, you know, that were patients of the state president of South Africa. They actually don't even exist. And with a paratos and a few other things, and that person, give him 3 months and you'll get a new person. What about a Tura Hefkazole? What do you know about those demons?
You will see spiders and other creepy crawlers appear.
For sure. The
out
most
of-
people who doesn't, you know, those, I will do what I want. They don't take hints or something from other. Yeah, they want to smoke marijuana and they want to
Take
have
everything at
alcohol
once,
together.
yeah.
What's going to happen to them? Hmm?
Bad things. That's what exactly what
That
you're
is,
going
or
to
you
see.
take alcohol with high prescription medicine.
Ooh.
What are you going to see? Spiders and everything.
No,
The
it's bad.
vibration that you send out by taking those two
Yeah,
chemical stuff together attracts this
All
kind
those.
of Tura Hefkazole demons. You will see, you know, everything. I cannot actually tell you what you will see. I can actually tell you what I heard people saw when they went through a stage like that. They say, this will become a spider, my hands will become a spider, everything will become dark, demonic, you know, something that you are afraid of, something that can kill you. So, Emotso, what is a Emotso? What do you know about Emotso?
These demons possess people to become drunks and
Drunkards
alcoholics.
and alcoholics, yes. Why do we say that? There's another demon also, I think I've told you about it, a roller demon. You know, where that can see, if you go at night, especially to a place, let's say it is a horrible, it's not a good place to go and have a drink with your colleague or your wife or whatever.
You will get it there.
You know, it is actually a horrible, let's say it's a scum place, you know, if I may
Yes.
use it. What do you see hanging there like bats? Yes, this
That's the
demons.
emotion.
They see you and they, at the back, here you go. And they will convince you, what about another one? What about another one? We and Cabos were at a friend's place in, I'm not going to name the place, but where we slept, I saw this demon actually coming to the fridge, and I know that this person who owns this black drinks heavily, because I could see what he was doing. Take another one for the bed. You're not going to sleep well. Take another one.
Yeah.
No, man, you must, this stuff, maybe it kills germs. Have another one. Until they get you to take to, and at the end you become an alcoholic. What is incubus and succubuses? Oh, it's horrible. The ordinary sex demons, a lot of people are possessed with those demons. The rapists, and they cannot, that rape demon, the incubus, the succubus, there's a lot other. They will really, I had let's call him a customer, he and his girlfriend came here, and he said to me, he's actually too ashamed to tell me what is wrong. I said, yes, just speak up. He said to me that while he and his fiancée were driving his car, within seconds something touched him somewhere, but he ejaculated in his trouser before he could stop the car and get out. That is a good, a description of what an incubus, or they meet you at night, all those strange dreams. What is a Zama? Zama demon persuade a person to start taking cocaine. You can see it very easily. The pupils of the eyes are it's diluted, eh?
Yeah, it's big.
Diluted and black, and if they start with Zama, what are the Zama going to invite to join them? A lot of others. It will not stay at cocaine, it will go a little bit further. If you've got a Zama demon inside you, they are always naughty. It's a little bit softer than tempting. It's not an attempt to get you to do something wrong spiritually, it's to do something wrong physically.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Have you ever thought of it to cheat on your wife? Something like that.
Bad ideas.
Bad, very bad. Now that one, a Jack Nasol. If you are possessed with the Jack Nasol demonic entity and someone kisses you or gets some of your saliva or sperm in, him or her can become your sex slave. And that is very true. I saw stuff like that, people coming to me, they don't know why they cannot say no. It's straight people, they're not even gay, and somebody will do wrong things with them, but you can help them. Solera, what is a Solera? Ooh.
Depression.
Depression demon, a Solera demon, when it's actually a kind, they are also, it's like the Greeks. There are good Greeks, big Greeks, fat Greeks, skinny Greeks, the Boers, of South Africa, the white people, what are they? There are millions of different personalities, rank, powers, whatever. Now, a Solera demon, if a good Solera demon gets into your body, you are going to slowly become depressed. What is depression? It is actually lightless.
Yes, exactly.
It is the feeling of being in a black pit, a big hole, a black hole. You cannot go something. Everything says it's away from the light. So get rid of that thing and you will get rid of depression also. They always tell you, that depression is a chemical, or is caused by a chemical one balance or non-balance in the brain, which is absolutely correct, but they don't tell you what's causing it.
Yeah.
It's a demon causing that. And let's say, you know, the end of a Celera demon, he will start making you feel depressed. Later on, he will join with friends of his, maybe much more in power. One day when you see yourself, it's taking a down. There you go. You know, so because people don't believe, you know, the one day I must actually share this with you. It made me furious in those days. You know, a lady came to me. She actually asked for a future reading, and I saw this woman was not like her at all. She believed what she wanted to believe, and she only wanted to hear what she wanted to hear. You know, and when I said to her, this husband of yours, she showed me a picture. I said to her, you know, this one is so full of Celera demons that I can assure you this guy is going to commit suicide sooner or later. And she said, you're from the devil, you don't know my husband. My husband is a good and loving husband. He is depressed, but he's not a suicidal factor. 3 days later, in those days, every day we got the newspaper, you know, there in memoriam, and I thought, but you know, I know this guy, who's this? And I start thinking, oh yes. And I phoned the lady, I said, I'm so sorry to hear about your husband. And she threw the phone in my ear. But I mean, I warned her. The fact that she didn't believe in it didn't save her husband. So starting believing in reality, you know, roulette as well, you get persons that got this roulette demons in them. And what do? They develop multiple personalities, which they call a multi-personality disorder, which is actually not that. And it's a demon causing that, but that is an ingrowing demon. If those people don't get help soon enough, it will outgrow them out of their bodies. What is a karodu?
Jealousy.
Uplifting demon.
Yes, they will be jealous, but they are, you know, if they see something. Let's say they are married to you, and let me say you are married to her and she's got one. You've got one, and she just speak with another person, you know, then you will get furious and start a fight and, you know, rubbish. Then you know you're possessed, man. That is the only thing. That is that karudu demon. Zopolope, an evil, provoking demon. If somebody says, talk with him, that demon in another person will say, kill him.
Yes.
They will always go for the whatever. Whatever is evil, they love it. Potsello, what is a potsello? It's not actually a demon. It is a protector of caves, natural caves. But they act like demons if you don't show respect. If you go into a specific cave or something, you know, and you kick things around and you make a mess inside and smoke and leave your stompies there, hey, that guy is going to trip you, you are going to break your neck or arm, or he will possess you to do nasty things in your own place. A zolle magege. They look like different kinds of reptiles. You know, every time I do a paratose on a patient or a person, whoever, I can see what's going out. And sometimes it looks like huge lizards, you know, or something in a lizard form. But they go like this. They get mad when you start a paratosa. And this, I ask the guys, what the hell did they saw that look like actually a lekker vaan, you know, something like that. And they told me, no, it's a zolmagege. And they're so half meter in length. Some look like crocodilian or Komodo lizards. Very aggressive. Pegrado looks like a leafless branch from a acacia tree full of thorns. Can you imagine?
Phew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what will happen when
That's
you are going that?
finally.
Isn't it poisonous? Because
Yeah,
thorns are usually
makes me
poisonous,
think of a
so
poison.
he needs to inject you with a poison to
Yeah,
get hold of you.
yeah, you will start feeling as if you've got arthritis or something, you know, in your body that wherever it hits you,
Irritation
it
effect.
will start getting an arthritis effect.
Yes.
And it's not arthritis. What about the ulmuf? It turns the eyes downwards. You get an eye formation like droopy, but if it goes like something,
understand.
then you must know. It's ulmuf. They turn absolutely
Oh, yeah,
downwards.
We know one.
Yeah, we
In a
know
white
one.
form.
I know
Yeah.
about two. I will not say any words, but in any case, the guy that I'm talking about, he's dead already, but
Yeah.
I actually had to, force myself that my eyes don't laugh, because I've never saw something in my life, and what goes along with it.
Yeah.
They will always feel tired or sick, but never get to a conclusion how to heal the sickness. This is now typical move. Quetzala, one kind of demon that is not an imaginary friend for children. They shapeshift. It's always nice to know your child can see in other dimensions, but it's also very necessary that you know who your child is talking to, and
Yes.
consult your guides, to scan that guy and tell no, my friend, that's demonic, get rid of it. Otherwise, a lot of children have light sight, angelical beings to protect them. But you know what? All angels haven't got wings, and people don't see those imaginary friends always as angelical beings. Although some of them can be. Ketasora, ill-making demons. If you starting feeling ill from the inside, outside, get rid. It's Kesela. Ketasora, sorry. What about Azora? Can you remember?
Isn't he above Satan?
Yes, thank you. Azora, friends out there, this is before the first humans were created on Earth 201 million years ago. Before that, for nearly 240 billion years, only the Efkanams and those creators stayed on Earth. And I just, at one time, we know Satan left that door, and I asked, okay, if they were, and the other one, I've just forgot his name, if their souls and sons and demons and whatever are here on Earth, after the first creation, who had the gods staying here, the light side gods, who were their enemy in those times? That was Azora. He is Satan and Leftedora's boss, who tried to plague the true light side Efkanams, who lived on Earth before the first humanity. Levosa and dogmatic demonic entities, what are they?
You will not see third dimension visible demons as demons, but as ordinary people with whom they will sleep, stay together, etc.
Yes, if that demon is not inside you, you will not be able, or you will be able to recognize a visible demon. But if you've got that Levosa or dogmatic demon inside of you, and you see a demon, you will treat it as if it's God's son or whatever. You will treat that demon more than I think Satan will treat him if he does good. It's horrible to see people with that. A Gorolsa, I saw one, it's a very about 7 feet, 8 feet tall, with horns on his head. That is a Grolsa. They are always there, where they are actually like guardians for places where satanic rituals were committed. Asmero can give you a stroke. You know, you think you've got a stroke, in the meantime it's Asmero demon. If you can have some fix a guy, you know, heal a guy who had a stroke, a serious stroke, but we've healed 2 or 3 already who had serious strokes due to Asmero demon. If it is Asmero demon, we can heal. If it's not, we cannot. What about the Rovetta Mopsolo? You people, I saw of those. They are actually everywhere, but they look like very large, overgrown wolves. That is, you know, if you see one of those, yay. And I think on Earth they refer to them, a kind of them, as werewolves, wolfman, dark man. There's so many of them, you know, but they are all demonic entities. But this, yay, if you see one of those, you are in for a big surprise. Well, there's a lot of programs where people took photos of those demons. They just don't know it's demons. What about Hasatora, aggressive, burn like, you know, if a Hasatora demon touches you, it burns you. A lot of people will say, I don't know what happened this morning, I got this burn sensation, and when I get out of my clothes there were a hand mark or a red. Yeah, you are marked, my friend. Shield yourself next time with the purest light of the Most High, otherwise you're an open taken. Vestoriza, they are stalkers. If you have a husband who's a stalker, you know what he's got inside of him. He can be helped. What about a Fagetto? A dark side murderer god, and he left seed lines on earth as visible third dimension demons, as well as legions of Fagetto demons. Doronoporo,
A person possessed with a Doronoporo demon, he or her eyes turn black.
yes, it will turn black, and not only the iris, the whole eye will turn black, like black-eyed children. It's one of those. Deaf Sodara, he smells like old bedding. I don't know, some people can look as beautiful and clean as they pretend to be, but if you smell them, you smell old bedding. That is a Deaf Sodara demon.
Can I just skip one? The
Yes.
Gezolva, the silent convulsions still staper.
Yeah,
You can feel it near them.
yes.
If a person has a Gezolva.
Yes, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, then we come to the Ratabello or the Hagerono. This is a type of Enochian Joker demon, the bad Enoch. There's 2 Enochs in the Bible, the good one, the bad one, the bad one. A Ratabello demon will always be accompanied by a Hagerono demon. Why? Because the Hagerono demon will let you take drugs, etc., and through the possessed person's body will start irritating the rest of the household. Can you imagine? Yeah, I know you're smiling because you know millions of them, and you also.
I've been there, yeah.
Yeah. Ataloversh, ooh, people. I've only had one customer who dealt with this demonic thing. Somebody bewitched her. And when she came in here, it was all over her body. There's nothing, but she can feel they are eating her up. She had pestilence fighters there at her house. There's not even a germ in her house, but she crawls with pain. I asked the guides, what is going on with this woman? They said to me, it's a Hatalavesh, and they gave me the recipe to clean the woman of this demonic demon, and she healed within about 10 minutes. Hakmutaj, they influence EVP machines not to work. I think most of you have experienced EVP. Why is it not working? Yeah, it's supposed to work. Nothing works here. It's that demon. Moranode, a demon turn you into a mad person. Moranode. Right, the 8 tails of mane, it will make you feel ill, weak, etc. You know, those people who's always, oh, I don't know, I'm so tired, I'm so, you know, they never live, they exist. Poramanoge, ooh, people, this is very serious. We had a friend, a lady friend, who's, you say it is kalium, no?
Yeah.
Kalium,
Is it calcium?
Yeah,
or calcium.
Kalium.
No, this is
Calcium.
kalium.
Kalium, ja.
Yeah, a kalium demon. When he gets inside you, he will eat all your kalium. So the levels will drop. You will go into a coma or something. They give you a drip. They can only give you 2. And after that, you're on your own. And we were able to help a person with that demon inside her by 2 occasions. A colladon, it will keep doors locked. You can try, a colladon will keep you inside a place, and even if something like that happens to you, you know, you only need a few words. You can say, colladon avasan, you know, something like that, and the
Yes.
door will click open, opened. So we know it works. What is a molage? What is a molage? People possessed with this demon refuse to look old. I don't know why. They will, you know, they will stop going out into the sunlight. They will do nothing that can. I mean, if you look in a mirror, you know, what is wrong? I mean, if you're grey, if you don't have hair, if you've got one eye, if you've got a strange nose, so what? You are created to be perfect. It's not you. You are just giving consciousness to that body. But those people don't want to know. They are growing older. You know, they will try anything. But they will spend millions just to look a little bit younger. In the meantime, you know, they look maybe 40, but if I invite them to go and take a walk with me, they cannot even make it to the gate, you know, but they want to look 40, a dead 40, because they can do nothing. What is aroma? That is that one that I said, that hang from roof gutters near entrances of bars and other drinking places, but not every bar and every drinking place. You know, you get good drinking places. I think there will be some of those, but they will not be, because a lot of good people, I mean, if we all go for a drink,
Yeah, you need to just be shielded. I mean, it's just,
of course
No,
you are
no,
shielded,
yeah.
and you, well, I don't like drink. He likes wine. I will drink. You know, it's not a problem, but I don't like feeling intoxicated. And a lot of people will go and sit there until he is passed out, you know, on his feet. Then this Roma demons will attack you for sure. Torolekote, if you are possessed with this demon, you will occasionally cut your pulses, but just enough that they don't die. Tovagakena, makes you seriously ill. People will think you are going to die. In the meantime, it's one of this. Now, this is not all demons that exist, people. This is only demons whom I find most often in people or attached to people. The list is actually endless.
Ernst, is there any advice that you would like or want to share with our friends out there, how to get rid of these demonic entities?
Yes, Nikita. You can look at the possessed person to say, now I'm going to, will you just put those words on
Yes.
paper inside? You will now be able to see it. It reads as follows. R motsa elonzat fast palo toratre Yahweh Goria. Satanarost. Avas andikatos. Avas andikatos. Avas andikatos. Pelat. And then Pela saturatre Yahweh Goria. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Or you can end at Yahweh Goria. If you think something, sorry, if you think something demonic could be inside you, point yourself in a mirror and speak the words. Learn it by heart. I mean, there's a chance that if you do it properly and you mean what you say, that demon will depart, my dear. That I can promise you, if that demon is not there for reasons like karma or something like that, because they use it for those reasons as well. But go for it and try it and see what happens and what changes. If you think something demonic could be inside you, look in a mirror. Just make sure your mirror is safe. If your mirror is not safe, like in Dopon Zapot, say the intro words and then Sokete Rapota. In other words, you say Ramotsalon Sat Fas Palo Tratre Yahweh Goria. Sokete Rapota. Palat. And then you visualize a purple and orange, bright purple mist on the mirror. Yeah, in your mind. Just visualize this there. Why?
Because that seals the mirror.
That seals the mirror. Those words seal a mirror, which is a what?
Portal.
A portal. So if you've got housemaids or persons cleaning your house, make sure if they were there and they've cleansed all this, you know, this everything that's got a reflecting surface could be a portal. We've discussed it in previous programs. So make sure you do it before you go and look in a mirror. You know, I usually, everything here is top on Zalpot, but if I'm at another person's place and I need to use a mirror, I will stand, let the mirror be like this, you know, it doesn't see me straightforward. And then I will do this and I will say Pelat, and I will not take my eyes off there, and then I will just move around. And then it's okay, I can look into the mirror. Right, visible 3-dimension demonic entities. Now we come to the latter part, eh? You look very, I don't know what. Are you worried?
No, excited.
Are you getting cold? Yeah. It is a little bit cold. Do you want to go and have something else to put on?
No, it's just my feet.
Well, so right, the internet and YouTube channels swarm with third-dimension demons captured on videos. Now I think the people are not going to believe us. What? Where do you get rubbish like that? Of course you get it. You cannot get demons in all other dimensions except on the third dimension. Please, no. There are swarming among us, visible ones. You may think it's persons, because I said a lot of them are in human-like bodies. Everything that walks on hind legs are not humans. But in any case, if I can promote somebody, Dennis of Dark Ghost and Tim Morozov's programs, just remember Dark Ghost and Tim Morozov. Their programs contains video material of different three-dimensional, visible to the human eyes, demons. They just call them other names. We'll come to that. You can also watch the program on YouTube, The Weirdest Things Caught on Trail Cams. There are endless programs where you can see what all this creepy third dimension life forms look like. Most of these human-like creatures are third dimension visible demons lurking in woods, in underground water systems, etc. And remember what I said, don't think that everything, you will see if you see the pictures, you cannot categorize those entities as humans. You cannot. You cannot. Otherwise you must be able to promote the orangutan and all those also, to, because they're also walking on hind legs. No, you cannot. Right, don't get confused between a black mist demon and a black earthbound human soul. If you see a ball of black mist out of the corner of your eye, chances are excellent that you see a demon entity. That little demonic entity is there to see which of the residents are the easiest, light side less target, through which he can operate to sow destruction in any possible way that will affect all residents negatively. Do you know some of those in your, let's call it friends or people you know? Yes, you, hundreds of them. They usually take off when you speak the magical words. If it is a bigger in power and rank demon, you will have to use your emergency spiritual kit, which you can download for free from our main page under section more info.
Ernst,
Yes.
how many other types of third dimensional visible demons do you know of?
Iliska, what I know of was about a dozen. That was before I started compiling this specific program. There are plenty more than that I don't know yet. I am researching at present because there are endless. You know, the third dimension visible demon I'd like to start with is called a Pemia Zoko. You know, you don't listen to what I'm going to say, but go and watch weirdest creatures or whatever caught on trail cams. Not any cams, trail cams. Deep in the woods, deep where nobody ever comes, almost, except the rangers. See what those trail cams captured on video. The Pemia Zoko is a consciousness giving life form who doesn't reflect in a mirror. Have you ever in your life heard about something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have?
I've seen a video like that, a small child, a mother that's actually, they are just in some kind of normal activity around the house, and the child is actually standing in front of the mirror. It's actually on YouTube. And then there's no reflection of that child showing in that mirror.
Yes.
And then you can see.
I know what I can share of a lady who met this beautiful man. Let's go, according to what she told me, he was about in his 30s, but a very well-looking man, you know, very sophisticated, well brought up, anything. She was actually very proud of him, and she introduced him to all her friends and work colleagues, etc. But it was not long when she walked, you know, with this man, and they passed a reflecting mirror, and she thought, what the hell is wrong? Why is he not reflecting? Now I know my grandma's grandma would have said, you know, vampires don't reflect in mirrors. I've never met a real vampire to test it, but this is definitely a person, a Pemia Zoko. The body to which he gives consciousness to doesn't reflect. I don't know, I wish I can find somebody You know, one of those that I could see. What about a Zarozia demon? What do you know about them?
I'm trying to
Water demons, isn't it?
They are also visible to the human eyes, but they are shy. Sorry for laughing, but where they live,
Yes.
in Groenkloof Green, Green Valley, Bloemfontein, in the valley itself there's water, and you know, some nights all the dogs in the environment will start barking and howling, actually howling, and you know, there's a lot of things, but we suspect there could be a Zarozia demon. You know, animals get lost, they are killed there, they drown without reason. I mean, so we asked, and there was a Zarozia demon in that water, and the 4 of us went there, and we did the spell, and Sunday that passed, we asked the guys, did the spell work to bind the demon so that he cannot catch dogs and horses and whatever anymore? And they said yes. And I asked them if there are any howling anymore at night. Nothing. So
It's like that client that phoned us with the river on the farm.
yes,
Yes,
yes, Kabos. That was another one she phoned, but you know, she said something was wrong because very expensive dogs and horses, and you know, at one time they will just see, not all the time, but they have to watch the dogs, because now and then they see a dog is gone. And they will see it floating in the river, or a horse is gone. And it's not a big river, you know, it's not very deep. And we asked, and they said, yeah, there are a lot of them, but that specific one also is a Razoria. And they gave me the recipe to bind that demon. And when I talk to the interpreter between me and that woman, she advised me that she was a Christian, and Jesus will see that the animals doesn't drown again. So might it be, let go. In the meantime, a lot have drowned, so I wonder what is, you know, if that is a Christian, why don't they believe in reality? I mean, they believe all the lies
Yeah.
that the church tell them, but why don't they believe reality? I can promise you a lot will not even go and check this time Morozov's, you know, to see what the demons look like. They will just say, that man is mad.
And if you can mention the area where that was also, maybe it's a few friends out there can benefit.
Yeah,
from.
it was at the Renosterspruit area here in Bloemfontein, South Africa. Bunyip, they live as human bodies or human-like bodies in water channels, deep underground, big cities. They are pale white from never seeing or ever coming into direct sunlight. Their eyes are deep set, and when you shine a light on them, their eyes reflect white. Watch the movie As Above, So Below. Oh, you're in for a big surprise.
Yes.
Which brings us to ash rays. What will you share with the public on ash rays?
They are human-like creatures living in deeper sewer tunnels, but their eyes reflect a red color. You will see what they look like when you watch, among others, Denise of Dark Ghosts videos.
Yes, thank you. Eliska, what do you know about, or what do you want to share with the viewers on Cetos?
They prefer lakes. They look like human-like bodies, but also extremely pale white. Near death bluish color. They drown humans as well as animals.
So here you see, you also get a lot different. It's not only that Zora, but Zarozia demons that drown you, There's another one, and there are actually plenty of them, and they all look different. Because what we did is we took the photo of, let's say, Dennis or Denise of Dark Ghost, or whoever, and we will ask, what is this? To the guys, and they will say, in our language, it's Cenobites Farsi Grim. What does they do? They are demons of your dimension, visible to your eyes, and they drown people and animals. Okay. Are they light side or dark side? No. Dark. This is all of them that you will see are dark side. Now the Farsi Grim, the one that I just mentioned, it's also a water demon, visible to the human eyes. They abide deep underground in tunnels and under mountains. You need to go deep in seldom adventure tunnels like sinkholes which lead to underground tunnels. Please don't go there.
There on Dark Ghost,
Yes.
he was in that water dam, but
Yes.
the tunnels
Oh,
that went
excellent.
in there, and that's where he actually lost some time. He was nearly dead.
He was nearly dead. He had to. You must. If you watch that guy's videos, I don't know what people think because I keep promoting that guy, but he is worth, because he is psychic. He's not a chance who doesn't know anything, pretending to be a psychic ghost hunter. He is psychic, and if he enters a place with a camera, you can must now see, and I see. I would, because I'm psychic, I would immediately want him to, let's say, take the camera there. He does it. He knows exactly, I can tell you, he feels what we feel if we're just excellent guy. I wish maybe one day we will meet him in person, but if it comes to psychic abilities, expect from my own family and friends, he is number one, definitely. The Grindylows, it sounds like a surname. Human-like bodies, and they also live in water areas where humans do not come on a regular basis. The Hisa, they are eel pale, shade of blue. It's you cannot actually, you must see it, but it's a very
Deadly blue.
a deathly blue.
Yeah.
They look, it's actually, if you see them, you want to faint, because you cannot believe your eyes what you are seeing. Right. So the Viso type of demons are subdivided into many different types. I call them types. I don't know what the English expression is for. You get a nation of people,
Yeah.
a specific tribe. Yeah, what do you call demons?
A
A
tribe
parliament of baboons.
Yeah.
So what do you call demons? It wouldn't be a
type
flock of demons.
This is
People out there will know what we mean
it's like
if
a
we refer.
species of demons.
Yeah,
Different
species. That
species.
sounds
Really does.
much better. We
Yeah.
should start a demonic Bible on,
Ooh.
all this. And, I think my life will not last so long because there are so many to put in a book like that.
Yeah,
Hey,
no,
man.
we'll write for forever.
Yeah, they are. Let's see. They are subdivided into many different types of species, as she suggested. They are black or brown with human-like bodies. Please take a note of it. Human-like. Their skin color is Pantone 448C. Their tribes or species or colonies were created millions of years ago by fallen dark side gods and Efkanams who served Satan and or their immediate satanic overseers. They originate from dark side forests like the Amazon and the Congo of Africa today. They scattered out to less dense environments where food in their own environment gets scarce. As you saw in the previous demons also, they live in lakes, in, you know, where you will not find them in the reeds deep there. They will, and they're used to it because they live in water, so they're not cold or anything. They have flat micron wool, where humans have protein strings called hair. They cannot create like humans and live more animal-like when not near cities where humans abide. Their body temperature are average 11 degrees colder than the average Western human bodies, and they are cruel, but the Bible gives us more definite hints on how to recognize them. You know, it is actually one of those time spans in my life. You know, after the reverendship and everything, when I start doing Bible research, which led to, that was for 12 years, actually 6, and the rest was more, you know, doing research on the hierarchical structures of the kingdoms. You know, we cannot go too far, but what we can reach, we can. The dimensions, whatever we know of, we know are sure. And when I start reading the following, I couldn't believe my ears or my eyes, what I was reading. And I studied it in the Afrikaans Bible, my home language, but I nowadays use the King James Bible, and the original one. And you know, even in the English version, it is so logic if you know what you're reading and you are looking at to see something with this prescription. I mean, then you must be, you know, if you give you ice cream, you will do this. You will not know that you have to lick it. Or what. You know, really. But that is what they call it, mind control is all about, or brainwashing.
Yeah.
But if you listen, this is so special. I think you will never hear it again in this formation. So please listen, and you can follow up. In Genesis 1 verse 24 we read, "Then God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature according to its kind, cattle and creeping things, and beast of the earth." Very, very important, beast of the earth. 3 kinds of living beings are created, each according to its own kind. One of these subsections of the term living beings, namely wild animals of the earth, is indicated as beasts of the earth in the King James translation of the Bible. They therefore do not refer to cattle like sheep and goats. The Hebrew word for cattle, like cows and goats and sheep, is bahima. The word which was used for beasts of the earth was the Hebrew word nachash, which does not mean serpent as in reptile. If we study other Bible texts where the same word was translated with beasts of the field, this word indicates a much higher being as the general beasts of the field. The being is in command of many traits that man also has in command. These easy of the field, or this beasts of the fields, live in a human-like body, not a human body. Now this is according to the Bible. What I'm going to read, we'll give it as far as we go. How do you identify this beast of the field, which is not a reptilian or something like that? Nikita.
It is a meat eater, and you can read that in Jeremiah 16 verse 4.
Thank you. A meat eater. In other words, does it know, let's say, Eastern and Western food types? No. It eats meat. In other words, you can see it is a little bit down. It hunts for meat. This is what it eats. And this is why it drowns people and those demons in the water.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
why they drown. They eat them.
They eat themselves.
Their own
the
kind as
same
well.
kind.
They eat themselves.
Nikita, what's number 2?
It has hands, not paws like animals have, and that is also in Exodus 19 verse 13.
Listen to what she said. That thing, that demon, has hands, not paws like animals have. And go and convince yourself in your own Bible in Exodus 19 verse 13. Kabosi, what does it say else?
It has feet, not paws.
And that you read in Ezekiel 29 verse 11. It has feet, not paws. In other words, it walks on hind legs. Eliskau.
It works as a slave for man, and that stands in Jeremiah 27 verse 6 and Jeremiah 28 verse 14.
Yeah, that is very important. It works as a slave for man. For those people who says, that slavery is not from the Most High. Yeah, I mean, what do you see yourself as? We're all slaves for the Illuminati. We are all working to pay taxes to them. Of course, slavery was there from the beginning, but you get a good slavery where you don't call them slaves. They are part of your family. And then you get the other negative kind of it. So this, now we see it's a meat eater. It has hands, not feet. It works as a slave for man. Now it wears clothes, especially mourning garb. And that you can read in Jonah 3 verse 8. Yeleska.
It can pray to God mightily, in that stands in Jonah 3 verse 8 and Joel 1 verse 20.
Thank you. The seventh trait is it commands the gift of speech. In other words, it can speak your and my languages. It can adapt to language. It's absolutely incredible. It commands the gift of speech. Genesis 3 verse 1, verse 4 and verse 5. It understands the language of man. Genesis 3 verse 1 and 45. I hope it's 45 or 4 and 5. It can have sexual intercourse with man. Exodus 22 verse 19, Leviticus 18 verse 23 and Leviticus 20 verse 15. Their seed lines as well as their hybrid seed lines with other skin color humanities and humanities as such are widespread on earth. Exodus 22 verse 19 made it clear that a person should be killed if he or she have sexual intercourse with this animal, human-like creature. It can work and it eats the fruit of the vine and olive tree, and the olive tree's fruit. Exodus 23 verse 11. What is the 11th trait that you see?
It eats of its own kind.
Oh.
Cannibalism, Jeremiah 16 verse 4, Deuteronomy 28 verse 26, 1 Samuel 17 verse 44 to 46, and 2 Samuel 21 verse 10. When I was a teen...
Let me handle
Oh, it
that,
was yours,
please.
sorry.
No, it doesn't matter.
I was
Thanks
so
for
into
reading.
it now.
When I was a teen, I saw movies on the subject of cannibalism. That was when they abide, or these demonic entities abide in forests, deltas like the Congo or the Amazon. You call it a forest, eh? That
Yeah,
whole region.
yes.
I mean, people, our own scientists, haven't got a clue what else is in those two big places. They have never even discovered yet. You know, they are nations, they are tribes, they are whatever you want to call them. Maybe demons, there are demons as well. But what else about this one? Kabosi?
It was created before man.
They're very important. What did I told you? The first humanity, according to the true light side deities, is how old? 201,365,130 years. And before that, this creature, the third dimension visible demon, were already created. We talked about that other one, Hazor, what was his name? Yeah, that one. That were before man. You know, he was like Satan were today to the gods that lived in those days, or the Toratas and higher. And I mean, here you can see, you know, it is, if it eats its own kind, how many cannibalistic creatures, I mean, you will see that in places like the Congo or so, you know, there are a few countries, there were movies, you know, on African leaders in mid-Africa specific, where they found other tribal, you know, it's like you kill your own family and the heads were in the freezers, you know. They believe if they eat the heads of the people who've got a little bit of sense, they will grow sense, you know. It will not happen. You can say what you want, you can make legislation to speak whatever. Reality stays reality. That is as easy as that. It falls under the power of man. Wow. It falls under the power of man. In other words, mankind are supposed to rule over them. Where do we read it? Genesis 1 verse 24 and 25, Psalm 8 verse 7, and should never rule over mankind. It is the most intelligent of all the beasts of the field, according to Exodus 23 verse 11. It will honor the Creator, Isaiah 43 verse 20. It will revolt against man. Oh my dear. They will revolt against humans because it cannot create or think like humans. That you can read in Leviticus 26 verse 22. The 17th trait, they have no order. If you go and see where they live, you know, everything will be whatever, where their graves are. You hear that they wear, yeah, when you bury someone. But go and look at their graves. The one is like this, the other one, you know, it lays any direction, no order in whatever case. It was a mistake to translate the Hebrew word Nachash with the word serpent. No serpent has the ability at his disposal that this beast of the field has. The book of Enoch, however correct or incorrect it may be, supplies important clues that are worth studying. I studied this when I did the Bible research, you know, and dietary research. We dealt with this. Now in one of the chapters, a whole list of the names of angels who broke the laws of the higher gods is given. In other words, we are always talking about the cosmic or the universal laws that are the laws to follow. Now, in this book of Enoch, they mention the same thing. Now, this section complies well with the section earlier in the course that indicated what happened and how certain gods had let man interbred with animals, etc., and who for this reason will be earthbound and be called evil spirits. You remember that part that we discussed? As from the 3rd verse, Enoch describes them individually in detail. Remember now, that is fallen angels. Will you read that
Yes.
part for me, please?
These are the chiefs of their angels, and the names of the leaders of their hundreds, and the leaders of their 50s, and the leaders of their tens. Verse 4. The name of the first is Yekun. He is who seduced all the sons of the holy angels, and causing them to descend on earth, led astray the offspring of men. Verse 5. The name of the second is Kesabel, who pointed out evil counsel to the sons of the holy angels and seduced them to corrupt their bodies by generating mankind.
Thank you so much, Nikita. The name of the third, this is a very special name, please take note that you remember it. The name of the third fallen, very high-ranking angel is Gadrel. In my home country, we knew it in Afrikaans as Katriel. Now, who was Gadrel? He discovered every stroke of death to the children of men. Verse 7, he seduced Eve. Now we come to it. It wasn't a snake sailing on its belly. It was a man, a fallen angel. Now we know. He seduced Eve and discovered to the children of men the instruments of death, the coat of mail, the shield, and the sword for slaughter, every instrument of death to the children of men. Now it starts to make sense what really could have happened in paradise. The serpent was not a serpent, but a fallen dark side Hefkenam. Not even an angel, a Hefkenam. Therefore he could talk and argue about the things that the creator of the Adama had held before him as being laws. Now it also starts to make sense why Cain killed Abel and why Cain is not mentioned in the lineage of the Ha'adamas, creator God. Cain was not born from Ha'adama, that specific race. And in 1 John 3 verse 12, you can read it, but of that of Gadrel. They are of a higher, the Hoognochedro. This is the next visible demon. I would suggest you check this video once again. You know, there's very big names and you will not remember everything. But now you've got something to come back to. You know, if you see something, what did that guy mention? Let's go to the movie again. So file it and share it so that it can be anywhere for people to see. The Hoognochedro, it's a life form, a demonic life form. They are of a lighter skin complexion and do have wool instead of hair, because they are hybrid seed lines of real humanities with Viso and similar types. They are not so cruel overall. The Luma and the Xandro demons, these demons have red outshining eyes and lives normally in forests. Ooh, my friends, you will see in that weirdest creatures caught on trail camps programs. Yeah, this is interesting. The skinwalkers, for all of those who still believe this is folklore, there's your proof, the photos, the evidence.
Yeah.
Go and check it out. Skinwalkers are most often live in forests where humans interact with them. As you can see, they are pale white in skin color. Their eyes reflect white when you shine light on them. These demons are hairless as well as woolless. They don't have any form of skin covering. Not hair, not wool, not, what is scabber? Scales, nothing of that kind. Bald-headed with deep-set eyes. It almost looked black, sunken into the head, and the skin around the eyes looked bluish black. There are different kinds of skinwalkers. They cry or scream at night and try to attract possible victims into the woods or forests where they will kill these humans. Now, a skinwalker, they say, can also shapeshift. So, the way I describe them from the photos I saw of them, coming from trail cams, this is my description of them. And I mean, it could have been in where the photo they took could have been where he partly shapeshifted to something else. Last night me and Kabos watched a skinwalker again. You see, actually it's like 2 deers running, and then the front one changed into a human being, but a big one. 8 feet, 9 feet high, and then it moved on. The goat man. Ooh, yep. Once again, the proof is on photos. On the big screen you can get it, but go to that site and see for yourself. There are so many photos. We cannot put all the photos here. Although there's videos and whatever, you are going to be busy for months on end for all the proof. So please, if this proof is available, don't go and say it's folklore. There's no thing like folklore. This is reality, and the proof you've got now. The goat men, many of these visible 3-dimension demonic life forms are not demons themselves. Why and where did their kind escape from? Kabos, can you remember?
I think from different dimensions,
No.
different planets.
Maybe as well, but what we know as a fact, as a lot of scientists are breeding humans with all other kinds of animals. What is a soogdier?
Interbreeding with
Whatever, but they do that, and I saw mammals. And I saw with my own eyes pictures and in bottles of, maybe it's got a head of a human but the body of a little pig or whatever. And even in my own country or stuff, we once went to universities, and study the stuff. And so once a while, the offspring of what they created there escape. They do it where they believe those poor entities will not escape, but they do. And this is why, these places will be in the woods where nobody will ever come. It will be covered up like you can't believe. You will go in into the earth 70 levels before you come to the labs and stuff like that. It's all over the world like that. But somewhere along the line they must bring it out to the open to see how it's going to live, and this is where some of those escape and form their own seed lives. If you think of it, humanities get extinct since very near to 201,365,130 years ago. Don't you think demons cannot get extinct as well? Demons are not all the same in looks nor in culture, the way they live and operate. Now, each planet and each dimension has got its own visible demons. Always remember the following wisdom. We are going to share and love. Well, this whole program is an ancient wisdom secret, because everything we mention, they believe it to be folklore or it doesn't exist or whatever. But yes, the proof is there. Always remember the following. We know that the true light side kingdoms are not accessible for any dark side consciousness giving life forms. That is a universal or cosmic law. We know that the cosmic laws are applicable in all true light side dimensions, and that these cosmic laws are imprinted in the hearts and minds of the true light side consciousness giving life forms, representing the light side kingdoms. If you think you see a third dimension visible demon, you know they can pray mightily to God, to a God, their gods. Ask them about the cosmic laws. Ask specifically if they will transgress against the cosmic law of authenticity. Are these laws written in their hearts and minds or not? If not, you know what they are. Doesn't matter what you want to believe they are, there is your proof.
In the next program, which is program T for Tommy,
Yes, or Thomas, yes.
we will share ancient wisdom secrets on the cosmic laws of the Most High Taratri Yahweh Goria.
Don't miss out on it, and remember to press the subscribe, like and share buttons, as well as the little bell icon to be in line for more ancient wisdom secrets.
Until we gather again and chat again, love and light to all of you. Bye.
Bye.